Right, recording has started.
Okay, good evening and welcome to our planning and zoning meeting of 10/14/2025. I would like to start by standing up and doing the pledge of allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now, we give that introduction.
Kenny Parsons.
Kitty Grant,
Thank you. Diane Ryan, Commissioner.
Squirrel Raiden, Commissioner.
Bob Legnight, Commissioner.
oh,
Jeremy DeCarli, interim town planner.
thank
Jason
you,
Collin, Land Use Coordinator.
thank you.
Amanda Martinez, recording secretary.
And here we are. Okay, so the very first item on our agenda is a public hearing continued for Clar Studio Inc. site plan special permit. Excuse me. I believe we have someone here. James, you're going to talk about this?
Yes, ma'am, I am here. You ready for me?
Okay. We're ready for you. We're waiting for you.
All
So
right.
how did the plan for, that I believe they had a problem with water and they needed a nice plan to get rid of it all, but with the wall?
Yeah, so here we go. Okay, I believe everyone can see my screen now.
Yes.
So I'm just going to go over the changes from the last, for the record, James DeMeo, professional engineer,
Thank you.
representing Skyview Builders. My address is 1 McConney Grove in Derby, Connecticut. This is for 21 Trowbridge Drive here. So what we have, so the changes as per the town engineer's comments from the last we see. The first comment had to do with one of the contours. I had to update the contours. I missed one. So that has been fixed. Here, I'll even show you all the comments. The next is in regard to the ADA parking space. I helped adjust some grading in this area to make sure that it was all code compliant, added some additional spot grades to make sure that both ADA spaces were actually compliant.
Okay, thank you.
There was a comment about the do not enter sign coming onto this way or on this drive. That's because the whole traffic has to go, clockwise around the building, especially for the tractor trailers and such. So, so 2 signs have been added. Where is it? Proposed do not enter signs will be on here as well. The architectural plans have been revised. They called out numerous pedestrian doors. I did notice that there were still some of them shown. A lot of them were just kind of left over from previous. However, along the front, there will not be pedestrian doors. So the last pedestrian door will be in this front corner. Here's the loading ramp. And so we'll have a pedestrian door here in this corner. And here, these are just going to be big bay windows. We do have 2 pedestrian doors on this far end, which now have concrete pads for pedestrians. So 2 concrete pads for landings for pedestrians leaving the building there. We updated our plan set to include a photometric plan for lighting. We are adding 7 wall-mounted lights on the building. So we have one over here. We have a few across the back to illuminate all the spaces. And then we have a couple more on the southern side as well. These are going to be just wall-mounted lights like this. They are dark sky compliant, and so we're good there. The other comment is in regard to the stormwater and diversion for the proposed retaining wall. We believe and we agree that this should be completed prior to the issuance of a building permit. But at this point, we would not, we'd prefer not to go through that because some of what I'm going to end up doing is going to be dependent upon the final design of the retaining wall. So once we get the approval, we'll be working with a geotech engineer to finalize that final finish of that wall based upon what what finishes they want to do and what they need. Then I'll be making my adjustments accordingly on the site plan. So, we're 100% in favor of that being a condition of approval. We have no objection with that.
You have to wait until it's all done. Okay, I can understand that. Right.
Yeah, well, it could, so the thing would be, it could be done earlier, but it's at a huge expense for the applicant when he doesn't have an approved project yet to pay for a full design of that back slope. So we're just requesting that it be a condition of approval. I'm already accounting for it in the stormwater system. It's just how are we routing the water there? And again, to me, that is also very dependent upon the final design from the geotech. Then the last comment was actually for turning movements. The vehicle was, the delivery truck was just clipping the curbing in this location, as well as here and here. And then one other place, which was revised and fixed, which was as it was leaving here and this corner here. So we believe that we've addressed the 7 comments that the town engineer had outstanding with, except for number 6, which again, we agree completely that it should be a condition of approval. One of the other comments from the commission last time was they wanted to see what the building was going to look like. So as you can see, we're going to have, the loading bays. This is what the back of the building's, the back of the building here is with the doors, with the pedestrian door in it. And then these are just going to be big bay windows across the front. These pedestrian doors are just left over from a previous rendering. But again, it's going to be big bay windows where these doors are. And this is actually the color of the proposed building. The applicant would like it to be like a dark gray / black building. So then any questions? I mean, that's pretty much the summary of change. So I'll try to keep it short and sweet for you. So.
No, that was excellent. Thank you. Why don't I ask, if you wait a minute, I'd like to ask the public. Would anybody have any comments about this application? It's going to be in Clark Park. They're going to be manufacturing windows. They've done quite a job explaining everything to us. Now, does anybody have any questions here? Okay. How about commission members?
Jeremy?
Oh, I'm sorry, Jeremy. I forgot Jeremy's in there. Jeremy, is everything all right?
I have no comments or questions at this point. James has answered all of my questions and comments and has, like I said, as he mentioned, followed up with SLR's latest comments.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
And I'll add that I do think, and I put it in my staff report, but I do think a condition of approval for that back wall and conveyance of stormwater around it is appropriate in this case. The wall itself will be engineered and designed after approval of after P&Z's approval, and will be overseen by the local building official. So there will be eyes on the construction of that wall. So I think that's an appropriate condition.
Excellent. Thank you.
That's it.
Bob, you there, Bob?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I think I'm in agreement that we should make that a condition of approval. The wall.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Tanya?
I just wondered, I don't see anything from the police commission or the fire department
They were there.
in the Google Drive.
I didn't see any. I was probably the other place.
I mean, not the
There-
Google Drive, anything. I don't
There
see
was
anything.
a comment previously from the fire marshal,
Yes.
just asking about the turning movements.
Mhm.
That was before the last meeting.
Right.
And we did provide the turning movements, as per their requirement. I do also have provisions in the utilities for a sprinkler line. It is called out in the plans. However, that'll be something that will be done if it's required. Again, we're not 100% sure, or we're not 100% convinced it will be required, but I do have provisions for it on the site plan.
Thank you.
So, but I just looked at everyone on there.
I looked at the Google Drive.
Not the Google Drive, but it's not in Google.
No, the new place. Yeah.
Copy.
Fire marshal comments are there.
What's that?
The fire marshal comments are there.
Did police make any, did we ask the
No.
police to make a comment?
We did, but I haven't gotten anything from the police department.
Yeah. Oh. Do you have any questions?
We should wait for the police commissioner's comments. I mean, that's why we have
Right, we need to have.
them as part of the process.
Right. You right? I didn't see it. I'm trying to see here.
I'll go again on there, but I looked at each of the things.
Yeah, it says FM comments.
Yeah, I saw the fire department. I didn't ask. I thought maybe we didn't send it to them. I didn't know.
I think everybody gets it. Right?
I wasn't sure. That's why I'm saying that. Absolutely, because it's too late. Julie, questions?
Pretty straightforward. I'll check with the police commission.
Okay.
But the fire department, don't they need to say anything about it with the blasting and?
They did
all
say
that?
something about it.
Fire marshal.
Fire marshal, that's on there.
Fire marshal comments are in there.
They were in the,
Okay.
what's that new drive?
It's the website.
It's erect, yes.
And sorry, just to chime in one more time. We will need to pull a blasting permit with the fire marshal.
That's right.
If there's any blasting on site, which there is anticipated blasting. So
Mhm.
that's a whole separate permit that will be pulled with the fire marshal's office as well.
Yeah, that's why you have the excavation permit and filled here on the report, yeah.
Yeah, and that is quantified in our excavation and fill. However, again, it's a whole separate permit that needs to happen separately anyway.
Yeah, well, that been through both quite a bit. David, are you there? David?
Yes, I am, Madam Chair.
Okay, darling, do you have anything to add or any other questions?
No comments at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so then I guess we'll have to keep this open one more time for which to wait for the fire department.
We have
Police
fire.
department.
I got the fire department. I'm sorry. See, I'm hung up on the fire department. So there's a police department.
So
Okay, so they
if I can ask, Madam Chair, what is it that you'd be looking for from the police commission? This is in an industrial zone. It's an industrial use at the end of a cul-de-sac that's an industrial street. They've had over a month to respond and haven't, and they are pretty good about giving us comments when they have them. Is there something specific you're looking for?
Yeah, and our traffic is low as well.
Jeremy? Can we
Yes.
do a condition of approval with any future comments from the police department?
I think that's appropriate. Yeah. I just don't think it's my own personal opinion and my experience. It's like I said, it's at the end of a cul-de-sac in an industrial area. I don't think they're going to have anything for you. So, but yes, we could do that as a condition.
That's a very good, that's a very good idea. So then, okay,
Condition of
Consensus?
approval?
on condition of approval, yes. Can we all agree with that? Okay, so then we can close this hearing. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, so now we go to the business meeting. The minutes of 9/22/25. Has anyone here gone through them? Would you like to make a motion?
Make a motion to accept the minutes of 9/22/25.
Second.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, we have an invoice. We have an invoice for $1,644.60. I'm assuming it's
We
news
need
times.
to
I'm
vote
sorry,
on,
you need to vote on the minutes.
Take a vote.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're excellent, right, sorry. I haven't chaired in a while, so, excuse me. Okay, so as far,
I made a motion and
for the minutes, yes. Diane made a motion on the minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
I,
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion passes. Thank you very much for the reminder. Okay, so now we're going to invoices. There is a News Times invoice. Okay, I'll make a motion to invoice for the News Times, $1,644.60.
Second.
Thank you. Second. Write this down. Can't forget. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Okay, motion passes. Now. We're gonna get to the next page. Work session, Vessel RE Holding LLC, 830G site plan, 5-story, 75 units, 4850 Nashville Road. So, I get, we had a discussion the last time. Should I ask each member about your decision?
I've made my decision.
Yeah. Has everyone made their decision on this? And may I ask what it is?
I'm voting against it.
Okay, Bob, how was your vote going?
I'm in favor of denial.
Okay. Diane?
denied.
Well,
Denial.
denial. Okay, we do have.
You're not wanted here.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
You can be here as long as you want. We don't mind at all. Okay, we have a motion here to deny. Yeah, have a comment up. Motion, do you want to read it? Would you like to read it? Oh, just the first paragraph and then the end. Okay,
Right here. Yeah. Whereas Francis J. Oldham IV Incorporated with an address of 20 Prospect Street, Bethel, Connecticut, 06801, is the owner of real property located at 48 and 50 Nashville Road in the town of Bethel, Connecticut.
how much of this, should we just read the first page?
I would, yeah.
I think we should read the entire motion into the record. Your land use attorney is here. He can advise you.
Thank you, Jeremy.
You don't need to. You can for public purposes. You can, this has been distributed to the commission members. It is part of the record.
Yes.
And you can describe it. It is, I believe, 1, 2, 3. It's single. It's like 3 3/4 single space pages. So it is a fairly lengthy document.
Yes, it is. Oh, no, I didn't mean to read the whole thing. I did not. Okay, so I think we made our decision. All in favor? Yes,
Do I do a vote?
that's what I was gonna do.
Okay.
A motion.
I'm not sure.
all right.
A motion not to read the full.
We have to do a motion.
Just a motion for denial.
You want to do it? Go ahead.
And the motion is to adopt the draft motion to deny the resolution as your decision. Is that correct?
Yes,
Correct.
thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so those in favor of the motion to deny?
Aye.
Okay,
Aye.
Aye.
okay, so we have,
Well, I'm sorry, who made the motion and who seconded it?
well, I was going from Chuck, our attorney reading it to us.
Madam Chair, why don't we
Sure,
back up and we'll do a motion in a second.
okay, all right, okay. You want to try, okay, go ahead, want to do a motion? Not
If I
that,
can
just the
remember,
motion.
Yeah, if I want to make a motion to the resolution to deny 48 and 50 Nashville Road, 8-30G housing development.
Second.
Can you speak up just a little bit? It's awful hard to hear you.
What she basically said was she was making a motion to accept the denial of vessel.
Thank you.
Okay,
Page 1 through.
thank you very much. And, okay. Was there one more thing at that? The reason? Yeah. So the last page.
This is the last page of this.
One second. No, that's not it. No, okay, so. We've done that, okay, so. We've read it, now, we have a second?
Yep.
Okay, okay, now we can go to vote?
Yes.
All in favor
Aye.
of the denied?
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Ken? Kitty, yes, Diane? Sproll,
Yes.
motion passes.
The public doesn't get to hear what the motion is?
We told you it's a motion to deny.
Oh, well, I know that.
But it's 6 pages, but I don't think we're gonna sit here and read 6 pages.
Right.
It should be available.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. You're posted on the
Really?
website.
I'll ask Chuck.
Oh, Chuck, can we put this on the website so the people can read it?
It's a public document. You can, it could be available whenever you'd like to release it, however you'd like to do so.
Well, the public has shown interest in doing that, so would you please?
I will do it tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Okay,
Good.
so. there we go. Oh, yeah, commission, oh, new business, I'm sorry. We have new business here. 67 Greenwood property.
I'm sorry, I can't hear.
I'm sorry. I'll raise my voice. I can do that well. 67 Greenwood Property LLC, 69 Greenwood Property LLC. Site plan, excavation and fill permit, 6769 Greenwood Avenue. We have a motion here to reschedule this application to 11/10/25. And that's a Monday because the Tuesday is election day, right? No, it's not. Oh, no, it's Veterans Day.
No.
Oh, my heavens. The 11th is Veterans Day, so we will be closed. So we are going to be open on the 10th. We'll have our meeting on the 10th, which is a Monday, which is unusual. So please look up.
How does that affect our timing on that? We haven't accepted that as an application yet?
Yeah, you're okay. You accepted the application and originally scheduled the meeting for the second meeting in October, where we have plenty of time on the calendar. So this was at the request of the applicant that it be moved to the meeting on the 10th.
Okay.
I would like to ask a question. May I read all of these and not just do one at a time?
As Jeremy.
The new business items?
Yeah.
No,
Can you do one that will vote?
no, do them separately because they all need slightly different dates.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so for the 67 Greenwood property, all in favor of the
Madam
reschedule?
Chair, if you do have to ask for a motion to move it.
I'm doing them. Oh,
You
that's what I'm just
You
trying
asked
to
for all
do.
in favor. You just need to ask.
Oh,
for
I
a
meant
motion.
all in favor of doing that.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so to reschedule this hearing for 11/10/25 from its previous date.
Second.
Okay, right, okay. So now, no, you threw me off. I'm sorry.
Madam Chair, for a vote now.
I'm sorry.
You made the motion and he seconded. it.
Yeah, so now we can do the regular. Right? Okay, what any? Yes. Oh, go ahead. Vote for this. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Bob, yeah, Bob?
Yes.
You're gonna be with our motion for 69 Greenwood Avenue?
Okay.
We're changing the date? Okay.
Okay with me.
Okay, so that's the date for that one. Now, we need a date for 1 Millwood Drive, 72 Reservoir Street, 830G site plan. Do we have a date that,
I think I put our suggested date there.
oh, schedule to 11/10/25?
Yes.
Okay, is that acceptable to everyone? I'm sorry.
You need to make a motion.
Yeah, that's what I
Yep,
thought
it's
that's
okay
what I
to
just
take
did. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention?
My eye came with a second.
Okay.
So that will be moved to, that will go to them. Okay, the next one is Bethel Planning and Zoning Commission. Text amendment. Requirements when the commission initiates a zone change. Section 8-2B and 8-7C. That we're going to schedule that for 11/25/25. Okay,
Second.
thank you very much.
I guess I missed it. I'm sure you have to do it all on that.
Yes, I know. I just want to see how we finish with it. Okay, so all in favor of Bethel Plan, of the commission, we're going to do the text amendment on 11/25/25. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Motion passes. Okay, public input. Yes, sir.
So I have something I'd like to share.
We didn't get to discuss anything on this.
Yeah, it's just for
That's
scheduling.
just the
We're not-
schedule,
we're not-
Diane.
Schedule.
Just
That's
for
not for
scheduling.
discussion at all.
Oh, I thought that was one of the public
No,
hearings.
you
No.
can ask me, I'll tell you.
Oh, yeah, that is for the,
Yeah.
It's just to make a date.
This is general public input.
Yes, general public input now.
With me.
What?
I mean, I'm
Oh,
asking the
for him
commission to-
sending out?
Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you.
Go right ahead.
Apologize. I had surgery to correct that at the end of the month. Yes. Okay.
Absolutely.
I'll also provide this electronically, so members who aren't here that would like to see it can, but, I just wanted to address two topics. The transit-oriented district, you're going to be discussing, changes to the town's zoning regulations, because it turns out that at the public hearing, we discovered that we could run afoul of certain laws and regulations. I've done the research on it, and those rules and regulations weren't followed when we did the May update. Those rules and regulations weren't followed in 2017 when the initial TOD was created. Additionally, the law required that the regulations be provided to town clerk and the clerk of the Superior Court no later than March of 2018 after it was adopted. Those regulations were not made public or provided to the town clerk until 2022, substantially after the fact. I listed several other points that were raised about this, but to get to the bottom line, it appears to my eye that the TOD was never legally adopted if those points that were raised at the public hearing are sufficient to have you rescinded. So if TOD was not legally adopted in 2017, was not legally updated in May, frankly, from where I stand, we don't have a legally implemented TOD. So what I am asking is that you take a look at the material that I've provided, and as a group, have a discussion about whether you should simply set aside what we currently have and just start over, dot the I's and cross the T's. Because one side or the other is going to start throwing lawsuits at the town if we don't do this right. And we haven't. We haven't done it right for years. We have new leadership within the planning department who can help guide this properly. And frankly, we have a terrific commission capable of navigating all of this. And I think perhaps in the past we didn't. So I'm asking that you do that. I'm also asking that in the future, when you folks do something like vote to have this cleaned up, that you don't then put this in front of the public, for public comment. It's, at the hearings. These maps are completely different. You folks as a group voted to take, Eric's map, clean it up, so the property lines were, done. And what we received was something that's almost 50% larger and covers ground that was specifically discussed by you folks not to be included in this map. And I'm just asking that, should you go back and review this, that you also go back and revisit that. I have amazing respect for you folks. You're all doing a magnificent job. I want to make sure you got the tools now to do what you frankly should have done. Thank you.
Well, this will have to be given to our office and to our attorney and everybody else.
Absolutely.
And they'll look at it first before we do anything.
I'll provide you the material that I put together electronically as well. So you can-
I
Okay,
know who you are. Just say your
Oh,
name
I
and
apologize. Brad Colts, one
Yep.
Fairchild address.
right, thanks.
Shame on me. I knew that.
Okay. Okay, was there anybody else who had any comments about? Caroline, I'm Joan, I shouldn't say that.
Hi, Jan. Since we're rewriting regulations, I'm really concerned about the way that 4850 Nashville transpired. And I'm wondering, I don't know what the law is. I'm wondering if there's a way to require that if an applicant decides to skip a meeting, that doesn't count, you know, toward the days that the commission has to approve. I mean, you expected 3 meetings, they skipped 1, and then they wanted to close it immediately. And I think, I don't know legally what you can do, but I'd like somebody to look into that. The second thing is, I'm wondering if it's permissible to require a site, because I think that was really important for you.
Anytime, may I? Sure. Anytime, you ask for a sidewalk, we've done, and if the public is also interested, they may suggest it. So,
Except we didn't get one for this, for 4850 Nashville.
no, they wouldn't know. I asked for it.
I know, so.
But see, but that's.
Madam Chair, I'm just going to interrupt. We should not be speaking about specific applications during the public comment process. The question about timelines is valid, but I do not think that we should be getting involved in the conversation about Nashville Road. Thank you.
Thank you.
So timelines, and can we require that the applicant allow a sidewalk? Any applicant?
We'll look at it and look at it. I've never seen it. I've never seen an application where we asked for a sidewalk that we weren't allowed.
Hey, Jeremy, why isn't it required mandatory sidewalk?
I mean, keep in mind that 830G essentially is a route around your zoning regulations. So even if you had something in your zoning regulations that a site walk was required, it wouldn't really apply to 830G applications. That being said, for special permit uses, I suppose you could require a site walk. There's nothing that says you can't. And for special permit uses, you have pretty wide discretion. There's some clause, there's some verbiage in your zoning regulations that essentially says something along the lines of, and any other information that the commission needs in order to make a decision. And sometimes that includes a site walk. So could you put that language in there? You could. I don't think it's necessary because I think your zoning regulations already give you that authority, under normal special permit applications.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea that someone could get away with not doing it.
The only thing that I would say about that is sometimes you get applicants that are not in control of the property yet. They might have a sales agreement that says, okay, I've got to get through the permitting process before I can, before I'm going to take ownership of the process and the property. So they may not have the authority to let that happen.
Then it becomes a liability issue. Who's liable for you being on that property?
Right.
Madam Chair, may I piggyback on this as well?
Please.
So you as a commission have a lot of, as Jeremy just mentioned, you have a lot of discretion for when you can request a site walk. In most circumstances, you request a site walk to be scheduled when you accept an application. Sometimes you don't. It partially depends on the nature of the application, whether or not the nature of the application itself or the site, in your opinion, warrants one, depending on public comment or staff comment that you receive. You may also consider having one. So you can make it a requirement, but it's ultimately up to you as to follow through on whether one is warranted or not. And I think you guys have exercised choosing to do one, in equal amounts for applications that you've reviewed since I've been here. So that's all I had to say. Thank you.
No, yeah, that's good. But I must say, Ken, in all my years of being on this commission, it was only one time we've ever been denied. And that was, that's the 830 should ever, the only time we were ever denied. And that was it. Otherwise, we asked, it was given us. Yes. Name and address?
Debbie Light, 7 Mountain Orchard Road, Bethel. It really bothers me about not doing site walks. There was a group of buildings built on Nashville Road. I don't know what the name of the development is. There was a pond there that had been there forever, untouched. And these people came in, machine on this side, machine on this side, knocked down all the trees, dug out the pond, and then filled it in, and then built. There were endangered species in that pond, and nobody cared. Had I known they were going to do that, I would have called DEP, because I knew there were endangered species in there because I walked it. I saw them, but I didn't know they were going to do this. And they did this in like 3 days. They cleared the property with these big, and then filled it in, dug it out, the whole bit. So it really bothers me because there are wetlands, there are animals, there are species, and you need to be able to walk this property, because if somebody wants to build, they aren't going to tell you about it. They're going to build. So I really think that you need to do the walks. So that's just me. I would rather be around animals and insects than people.
Yes.
Denise Madeline.
And if you look, yeah, it'll be closer to that, so you can be recorded.
Who's
Denise Madeline, 157 Chestnut Ridge Road. I have a question / concern that I want to be sure before I even pose the question, but I think the last meeting that I attended, it seemed like we found out in real time that the board had at its disposal the opportunity to have engineers or civil servants perhaps do a more extensive check on some of these building proposals, whether they are or are not possibly safe for the allotted space that they're going in, or fit the format of the town, or what safety possibilities they present or discount, that's been available to the board the entire time at the developer's expense, but has not been utilized. Is that what, am I understanding that correctly?
When we have an application come in, we have a town planning, we have the health department, and et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
And if there is something special that needs to be done, yes, we can ask the developer to bring in a specialist if there's something above and beyond what we think.
Okay, so like in the case of something as groundbreaking as, for lack of a better word, the Nashville Road project, where it seems that we would need all of that information, maybe information that we're not capable of, that why wouldn't we utilize if it's at the developer's expense? If we're trying to perhaps stop something as big of a project as that, why wouldn't we use that?
I don't know what project you're talking about.
Well, for instance, any big project that has the consequences.
But we have utilized it.
Oh,
And anytime it's a big project, we have utilized things like that.
Oh, that's what I'm not understanding, because when I was here for the first meeting on the Nashville Road, it seemed like everybody was just finding that out.
You can't
Like, I-
just build National Road.
I'm sorry?
You cannot have them, the people in public
Oh,
comment.
yeah, we're still talking. No, yeah, thank you, Bob.
So in generalities,
Right,
it
yeah,
seemed
we're
like,
still-
it
we're still
seemed like the
discussing.
board was finding out in real time that that was something that was available to them. It seemed like
Well, we know
nobody.
that, but we can't, we can't, something we cannot discuss. Well, an application is in front of us. You can listen for, at a public hearing and things like that. But, we can't discuss what steps we're going to take. You can listen, and if we do say something, then that's fine. But, we have to be careful about what we're doing because we have to protect the applicant as well.
Every project is reviewed by engineers.
Mhm.
Every single,
And have you ever, in your memory, have you ever had the occasion to use the developers, engineers? Like, have you had to use
no,
them?
the town uses
No.
their own engineers,
Never owned.
SLR.
Okay.
So when they don't say whether you can or can't build it, they just say, will it fit? And that's it.
Mhm.
And make adjustments on
Engineers.
water issues. But they're not gonna come out and say you can't do it.
Okay, I guess my question's not really being answered. I'm just wondering if that is a tool that could be helpful for the commission here, instead of just rubber stamping projects. If you made the developers foot the cost for things that maybe you guys were not really warm and fuzzy about.
But as I explained to you, we have done that. In cases where there is something special and extra, we have done that and the developer has paid for it.
Okay, it just seemed like nobody was aware of that when I
Oh,
was, when
no,
I
yeah.
attended the meeting last time.
I'm
Okay,
sorry,
I
but,
guess I'll have to go back and check the.
yeah,
the
okay,
minutes.
fine.
Yeah. Well, I think it could be my misunderstanding. I just don't remember it that way. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, Nancy Sudik, 2 Ridgedale Road, and I actually had written down this question before she even got up, so I'm just gonna piggyback on it because I actually agree with her. I thought the whole commission looked rather surprised when that statement was made.
What
And-
statement is that? Excuse me.
The statement that said through, I think it's Connecticut State Statute 8-1C. And that statute says that you can hire and have the applicant pay for a specialist in any area that you deem is necessary.
Okay.
That could be engineers, that could be
Mhm.
police commission, that could be fire, that could be anything. And the applicant has to pay for that by state statute.
Mhm.
So I heard that for the very first time, but I'm only me. I'm not on the commission. I don't know anything.
No.
So to me, it was a big surprise, but it was also a big surprise to certain people who were sitting on this commission, as if they were unaware of it. And so I'm glad everybody is now aware of it. It can only benefit Bethel. It
Oh,
can
God, yes.
only be beneficial. And my question, I'm going to just read what I had written down, and it was before you spoke, but you did it quite eloquently. I would like to know if state statute 8-1C is utilized by this commission, because it seems as if it's a very powerful tool that you have in your toolbox if you chose to use this tool, and perhaps we wouldn't be having all the angst that we're having in this town with all of the projects that have been developed in the wrong places with the wrong architecture, et cetera, et cetera. And I realize health and safety is primary. And I know that I can't reference a particular project, but I'm certainly thinking of it. Anyway, that is my question, and I'd love to have an answer to that
Well,
question.
I think the thing I can tell
Thank
you, being the senior member of this commission, I've been on this commission 32 years. And let me tell you, I have seen many times when we had a large application or an application that had a particular delicacy to it with, a moving rock or something like that. And yes, we have hired people. And no, we have asked the applicants, and they have hired people. Now, I don't think these two young people, the newest members, have had that opportunity as yet. But I've had it quite a few times. And you have to, in some cases, to work with our people. I'm trying to think of the word. Oh, my God.
And Kitty, it's okay, and I respect all of
But
that.
I'm thinking of a
It's-
particular kind of engineer. that we, you know,
Oh,
that
right.
you would have to have in order to look at things and to study things.
I just think it's important that we bring it up
And that we-
frequently and often, and every time we're at a meeting. It is a very important tool in your toolbox. That's
Right.
all I want to say.
Okay, sure.
Kitty,
Yes,
at times we have hired outside, traffic studies, we have hired outside soil samples, we've hired
that's right.
various engineers. If they don't agree with our engineer, it'll be a third-party engineer that'll come in and we charge that back, to the developer.
Right. Thank you, Bob. That is exactly right. There have been many times, Bob and I have been on this commission a while together. And you do have to, and this lady is standing up first. You have a name and address?
I do. Cynthia Finney, 8 Briar Ridge Drive. I think one of the things that keeps getting misunderstood is that, from what I understand, from what you're saying, and what Denise has told me, the applicant has to pay for said specialist.
Yes.
You can pick the specialist. They don't get to pick the specialist. You pick the specialist. And I think that when you're dealing with situations like people's water, that would be a thing that we would want to use. That's all I have to say.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Hi, Bob Essig, I'm on.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you, sir.
Bob Essig, I'm on, Nashville Extension. I just want to say thank you to the board for shooting down that vessel project. I didn't go to, the guy that, Levy, the executive president, he put this in today's paper.
I don't think it's not allowed, really. That's not allowed.
May I?
Well, let me ask a question. What's a TOD mean?
Transit-oriented development.
Oh, okay. And, what's the next step from vessel? And are they gonna do?
I don't know, we cannot
Can't
discuss
talk
it,
about
sir.
that?
I'm sorry. That's still here and we cannot discuss it.
Jokes.
Yes.
Having heard some of these comments,
Got a name and address?
apologize. Brad Toltz, still at Churchill
You have a
Drive.
moment?
Still there. I think that it might be useful for the commission to come up with some guidelines that the public would be aware of and be comfortable about when a large project was being presented that might include as a point that the commission will bring in an outside expert on traffic rather than rely on.
Believe me, Brad, I can just tell you something.
No,
When that happens,
yes.
we let everybody in the room know.
Okay. I was just,
Because when we do it, it's discussed out loud and we ask, the applicant will be sitting right where you are. We would like to have our own person and so,
Okay.
and we do that.
because I've had the similar thoughts to what these ladies have brought up and
Yeah.
I've not articulated it any way that as clearly as
Well,
they have.
the applications we've had so far right now, have not been on that huge scale. But, normally what goes on, you hear us and you know what's going on.
Taylor Avenue with that curve in the road, and you didn't bring a specialist in for that.
No, we didn't.
Madam Chair,
Madam Chair. Oh, go ahead.
Madam Chair, if I can, you have zoning regulations, just for the public that's in the room and for anybody else who might have the question. You have zoning regulations. You've enacted 8(1)(c) of the Connecticut General Statutes through section 810E of the zoning regulations. It is a full page. It spells out the process on how the commission goes about hiring a third party. You choose the third party, and you pass the cost off to the applicant. I think what's important here is that, applications come in with information. We have various experts on staff. Public Works is staffed by a professional engineer. We have SLR that the town uses. Not everything needs to go to a third party. The key with using a third party, could be an engineer, could be a soil scientist, whatever it is if there's some discrepancy between what the applicant is saying and what one of the professionals that you've already have on staff. We're not going to just send out everything to a third party engineer. It's a waste of time and it's a waste of money for everybody on both sides, quite frankly. But the key is with you, when you have those discrepancies, if you have a wetland soil scientist, for example, who comes in and says, no, this property is high and dry, there's no wetland on it. And then, perhaps the Wetlands Commission or somebody knowledgeable says, well, wait a minute, there's a pond in the middle. That's when you go to the third party. So I just wanted to clarify that it is, you do have regulations. It's 810E for anybody that's interested. Go read them, and I think it'll help you understand the process.
And all of our regulations are online. So you can go online and read them. Okay? Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you very much.
Did you want to
Okay.
say something?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, go ahead.
Hi, Molly Dory's.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Molly Dory's Wagon Road. I just wanted to make sure that, that you all knew that there was someone who had raised their hand a while ago on.
Oh, no, Penny Kessler. I
Okay,
forgot you,
sorry.
Penny. Thank you.
Really good here. All right,
Okay,
thank you.
Penny, yes? Turn on your voice.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. I just have one comment, and it is based on my 6 years of sitting on planning and zoning. And that comment is that whenever there was a motion brought before the commission, the motion, no matter how long it was read at least in some part. May not have read every specific line, may not have read, every single I, every single T, every single letter and comma and period. But that was the protocol at that time. And I am a little distressed that that was not done today. I am also a little distressed that the commission knew that this information was coming up at the meeting, but it's not online with the rest of the documents that are going to be discussed today. So, or that we're going to be discussed this evening. So that is all I have to share. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Penny. And I know, as you witnessed, they will be online tomorrow.
I don't think they've ever been online.
Not
Anytime
before,
I've
not
been a
before
citizen.
meeting, I don't
Not
think.
before a meeting.
No.
So I don't think they've ever been on there before a meeting.
Caitlin Miller, you have your hand raised?
Hi, yes.
I'm sorry, Caitlin, one last comment. Penny, you were there because I saw your picture there, and that action was taken utilizing the advice of the town council. So this wasn't an arbitrary action on the commission. We consulted, we got guidance, we followed legal advice.
Absolutely, and I understand. And and that's a good point. And at the same time, all of the meetings that I attended where there was going to be a lengthy motion of either approval or denial or, tabling or anything, that motion was read in public at the meeting. Again, not every letter, not every comma and period, but the motion itself was read in public. And there were many, many times when we read this, including numbers 1 through 20 or whatever. But I'm just disappointed that at least that wasn't done this evening. You're absolutely right as far as it's not being put online first. That was my mistake. But in public, I think that the public needs to know what was said, and putting it on and saying that we're going to put it on tomorrow doesn't, it's not enough for the public that's either online or there in person. Anyway, thank you for that correction, and I will be quiet now.
No, Penny, I'd just like to go just one or more step, please, because what you're talking about about us reading is at the very beginning of a long, what we do is we read what the company's name and the address and whatever, and then we say, and stipulations 1 through 8, and then at the bottom we go, for these reasons, the Planning and Zoning Commission will be this application. And so there's nothing in the body that's read when when it's of any length at all. So I'm sorry, but that, you know, those things are usually put online afterwards. Okay,
Thank you.
Caitlin Mello, you have a question? Caitlin?
Hi, yes, yes. I just, as a taxpayer and a mom, I'm just very concerned with how the town is handling the 830G applications, and I just wanted to address it. I know 830G is a state law, and I know that burden of proof does not apply with the applicant, but rather with the commission. And denial is only a legal defensible application if there is substantial health and safety concern that outweighs the affordable housing. And that's a very high bar. And if you look at court cases across Connecticut, which I have today, that bar remains extremely high. Time and time again, commissions across the state have found themselves reversed in Superior Court for relying on the reasons, perhaps well-intentioned, but they don't hold up to the scrutiny of the court. So aesthetic objections, character of neighborhood, traffic volume, school capacity, sidewalks, or inconsistencies with the POCD, they are not valid denials under 830G. So kind of Penny's point too, we didn't hear any of that in your official denial as the public. And there aren't theoretical concerns. When a commission makes a denial on these grounds, courts not only can reverse it, but in many cases, they go forward and ordering the application approved, remanding it with instructions, and the town is remaining financially responsible for a lot of legal fees. I mean, if you look at Whitney Road, that cost the town almost $75,000 out of pockets, and you lost all your approval conditions. So my thing is, as a member of Bethel, a mom of Bethel, you need to start working with these developers. There was a very, very generous offer placed on the table this morning for one of the applications that you discussed tonight, and that was not made public to everyone, and that was not brought forward, and that was not even considered in your denial approval. So when you work with these people, you might be able to get better applications and better buildings put forward. So I just want to say that I really urge the commission to really take part in every application, do your due diligence, and make sure that it is not objective. Remember, bias can legally put Bethel in very bad hands. We want Bethel to be fair in their leadership, their responsibility, and legally sound planning. This way we can all get something that we want. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, Caitlin, what's your address?
59 Sunset Hill.
Thank you.
So you're far away from this. Sorry.
All right.
Yes, but affected. That money wasted on this legal fees, that affects my sons in school. That is money taken away from schools. And I know we all want these schools to be effective and leading, and all those legal fees are now flushed down the toilet because they can't be pushed on the kids.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, Debbie, this is gonna be our last question, I think, for this evening.
Debbie Light, just, I'm curious.
Address.
Oh, 7 Mountain Orchard Road.
Thank you.
The forgotten road of Bethel. I'm just curious as to who, how, why, it's decided when you bring in people from outside to check out the property.
We decide.
Well, it's because
You
of
do,
the sensitivity
right?
of what's going on.
But do you just say, okay, well, maybe on this one, and no, we aren't gonna bother with this one, and
We have people that advise us
There
as
isn't
well
a
to
hard
develop.
and fast rule. Otherwise, it would be written and then we would go by, no, here it is. Item 17 on the page says this is time for us to call on outside consultant. It varies with each application. We've had an application this year in which the applicant's engineer and our normal consulting engineer disagree vehemently. We brought in a third party.
Took 12 meetings
just on the road.
on one project.
On one project,
Yes.
well, just on the road that I take to go to my road, you're working on the third one that hasn't had that. So, you know, it makes me very skeptical, but I do appreciate the time and the effort that you guys put in. I really do. I wouldn't do it.
Thank you. Oh, we do because we do it for the family.
Yeah.
And because people elected us to do the job. Here we are. So.
One last thing.
Sure.
Caitlin mentioned a generous proposal that was offered, but she didn't specify
I have
to
no idea.
what.
I wasn't here this morning, so I don't know. I have no idea what that would have been.
Bob, you're Bob, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to move to the next thing on here is a planner's report. David, do you have a planner's report today?
Jeremy.
Or Jeremy, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem. It's in writing. I gave it to you in my staff report, but briefly I'll touch on it.
Yeah.
The big thing I want to touch base with you all on, and thank you to Dan. I know the first selectman's sitting in the room, so I appreciate him and your town clerk. We work together, and we are going to be codifying your zoning regulations. So we no longer will have a PDF or a Word version document that, you know, might miss a section in an update, or it takes a while for updates to get completed because somebody in the background has to do the updating and get it online. So we're going to work on codifying it so that it goes onto the general code, the ecode360.com site. Updates will happen more or less automatically. Anytime you make a zoning text change, that language gets uploaded to the website the next morning. And then it'll, within the next couple of days. And it'll go in there as a new law, and it will sit as a new law until general code integrates it into the entire document, which is about every quarter. So it's searchable. It's easy to use. A lot of towns across the state are using it. I'm involved in 2 other municipalities that are doing a codification with general code right now. It's a great process. I think it's going to benefit all of you. It's certainly going to benefit your staff, and I think it's going to benefit the residents of the town as well, because it's just makes the zoning regulations much simpler. So thank you, Dan, for working with us on that. And then we continue to work on the 830G moratorium application. I sent you a bunch of information that came up at the last meeting. I have a meeting with your town attorney tomorrow where we're going to keep on picking away at this. So, we've developed processes to make sure that the annual certifications are happening. And we're in the process of getting those. So that's where we are. We're going to keep on plugging away. Dave's involved, the affordable housing administrators involved, town attorney and I speak a couple times a week. So we're working on it.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Okay.
Appreciate all the work you're doing.
We do, because when I read your comments about how you're going to update automatically, I thought that was very exciting. I said, this is great.
You're gonna like it. I promise.
I think already I do. Okay, commission comments. Yes. Yeah. I'm done. Oh, Bob, I'm sorry. Thank you. Bob, you have anything you want to say?
Motion to adjourn.
Oh, shit.
Second.
Everybody second? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? This meeting is adjourned. Oh, my God.
Good night, all.